According to NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski, the NBA told Christmas Day teams to be prepared for game times to shift as late as December 24th, with a priority on filling the ABC windows of 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m., and 8 p.m., according to a memo shared with 10 teams playing on Saturday. All right, let's talk a little NBA. We start with the biggest story of the weekend, one that is still unfolding. The Brooklyn Nets have reportedly decided to allow Kyrie Irving to play in road games, reversing a decision from earlier in the season. Now, Kyrie immediately entered COVID protocols, but it appears we are going to see him play in a Brooklyn uniform. So let me bring in our friend and a certified bucket, Chiney Ogwumike. Chiney, what do you expect when Kyrie returns to the lineup?
When Kyrie returns, he's one of the most talented players in the NBA. And I think he's probably preparing himself in that circumstance. We saw like some social media videos of him like in his basketball shoes, like he's trying to stay ready so he doesn't have to get ready. But the reality here is a lot of people, he's what you can say maybe at this moment, quite a divisive player based on his decisions and his choices. But the reality is the Brooklyn Nets, they need help right now. And at a certain point, it becomes a disservice to the team to not have players available that can be available no matter what your circumstance is. And so I'm not surprised that Kyrie Irving got his, you know how we always say, the call up back to the NBA. But, you know, a lot of people are saying, like, what impact can he have? There are not many road games that he would be available for in the immediate future. I see this more as teams realizing that they have this issue to deal with for the foreseeable future. Because late in January, the second half of January, I believe the Brooklyn Nets have 11 of 14 games on the road. And so this is a contingency plan based on the needs of the team being prioritized. And I think a lot of the players sort of came and said, we need everybody right now. And that's why they sort of swallowed their pride. And NBA fans get to see one of the most dazzling point guards hopefully get back to form some matter or not.
Yeah, at least Kyrie was relatively straightforward about the way he dealt with this. And I think in light of how Aaron Rodgers handled it, there's a newfound respect for the fact that Kyrie at least had the courage of his convictions. And I heard him say the phrase God body at one point, which makes me think maybe there's a legitimate religious objection to the vaccine. Like if it's a 5% thing or something like that, that's a legitimate religious objection. Nevertheless, you played the game. How would you feel about a teammate who's only playing in half the games and potentially half the playoff games? How would you feel about a teammate like that?
First of all, Max, I know you haven't been to a Sparks game in a minute, but I continue to play for the LA Sparks. Not past tense. It's all good. You can come to Staples anytime you want to come back to LA, especially this holiday season where it's nice and warm. But I digress. As someone that plays the game, you just want to know what the plan is. You want to be prepared. And if that means your teammate is available for half of the games, so be it. You know that reality. And so you can adjust your mindset each game saying, all right, he's going to be available or not. At this point, everyone matters to having available bodies to play. If I'm a player right now, I'm like, can we get someone that is super talented in that can help us carry this load, considering so many, even including their stars, are in protocols? So I know a lot of people are like, oh, you know, this looks like the Nets. They're cowering to make this decision. The reality is the players deserve to have a chance to win. This is a team that's currently number one in the East. And say what you want about Kyrie, he is a player that potentially could be available that can help them win games, and that is the business that they're in. No matter what the politics are, his situations, religious beliefs, he made decisions that he stood by, so did the Nets, and now we all know this situation is extremely fluid for the next few months as they try to make this push to the playoffs.
There she is, the great Chiney Ogwumike, present basketball star for the Los Angeles Sparks. Thank you.
Thanks, Max.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.